Hello, YouTubers. Welcome to my channel, C++ tutorials. My name is Yamgela, and in this topic, in this tutorial, we're still talking about the functions, in C++. Now, I want to say something before we start. As you see, this one is pretty much different from the last one function we had. Now, let me explain something here before. As you know, that execution always start with the main function. Execution always begins start with the main function. Then the instruction in the main are executed one after the other. As you know, as I said in the last one, execution of the statements occurs one after the other, like in the lines. It doesn't go like this one comes here and this here. Now execution goes line after line. And when the function call, when you call a function, when you call a function, then the execution shift to this function, which is in our case now this function is just below the main function. So the execution shift to this function and execute the statements line by line. Then when this function finishes and return the value, then the execution and the execute and execution goes back to the main function and execute from where it left. Then execute once it left from here, then it begin from this part and downwards. That's how this thing work. So since execution be always start with the main function, it seems more logical to place the main function first. It seems more logical to place this main function first, like here, the main function, to place the main function before this function. Nah, that's not how we do it. Because the code will not compile. The reason being, when the compiler goes from top to bottom, compiler begins here to bottom, from top to bottom in your code, and then it encounters a function call. When it reaches this part, it will say you never declared this function in this code. So that's why you must begin with your user-defined function before calling it. In this tutorial, we use a prototype. We will not define the function first like we did in the last tutorial. Rather, we will use the prototype. This is called the prototype. In the last tutorial, we declared the function first. Now we will use the prototype. Uh, yes, that's how you do it. This function. Now, a function prototype. Let me explain something. A function prototype, also called the function declaration, tells the compiler the name of the function, which is the name of the function, the type of the return type, and what's next, the number of parameters, which is the number of parameters and their return type, also their data type. So, and the way the function expects those parameters. It about the function prototype. It works the same as we did in the last tutorial, where we define the function first. When you're defining the function first, you don't do the prototype. You don't do this when you define this function first before the main function. You don't do this. But if you want to begin with the main function, then you use a defined function. Then you must prototype your user defined function. You must declare your function first, so the compiler will know whenever you call that function here. So that's it for this about the thing. Now, this program as the same as that as the one we did in the last tutorial. Let's just compile and see, just to show you. It works as the same as that one. It just prompts the user to enter two integer numbers. Then whenever the user enters, maybe let's say 34, let's say maybe 344, I don't know. Yeah, but you got your sum there, which is there is the sum of those two numbers. All the sum of those two numbers. I explained how this works. I explained everything. Here we're just declaring our function or function prototype. We prototype our function. Then we declare our variables. We input those into two integer numbers. Then we prompt the user to enter those two integer numbers, then input those numbers in their respective locations. Then we display the sum of these numbers that the user entered, which is x and y. Then we output the sum now, calling the function. We call the function to do the job for us. We call this function to do the dirty work for us. So this function does the job, does the calculation. The main function does not do any calculation. It just call, hey, Mister, please, which is this guy. It performs the calculation and returns the value. The required. It performs the required task and return the value. So that's it. That's how it's it about this function prototype. That's what I wanted to talk about. And what's the thing I can need to say? Uh, yeah, I think that's it for this tutorial. We'll talk about more on function. We still have to talk. We still have more to talk about, but I will leave this one for this tutorial. Then I will talk about functions in the next tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the videos. If you have any question, please leave a comment. When I have a chance, I'll reply to your comment. I will reply to your comment. Yeah, I think that's it for this tutorial. Or maybe I can just show you something here. You can actually say here if you don't want to. You can actually say here. Maybe let's say total. You can actually here do this thing like total. You can declare a variable to store the sum of this and like this. You can do this. It works pretty fine. Uh, what did I do? Total was not declared. Uh, what's that? Total. Oh, sorry, wrong spellings. Total. This is how you do it. Then it will ask for those numbers. Uh, two integer numbers, I'm 34, and that number, the sum still works the same. Everything is fine. Works the same. Yeah, I think that's it for this tutorial. And again, I must remind you, please don't forget to subscribe for in order to get more videos and click the notification bell so you can get the updates about what's going on. Yeah, soon I'll post a link to get those quizzes and all. So don't miss out. Just click the notification bell to get updates. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Please.